it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
Welcome back this week, everybody, to Doing It with Styles. So most of you know that I'm very involved in the rescue, pet rescue community here. And for those of you longtime Vegas residents, you might probably remember my next guest. She was a personality on a local radio station here in the mornings, and she is also a huge pet and animal rights activist. And she has kind of changed her direction. And I'm going to read this. This is for those of you who remember. Her name is Charly Kale. She's an animal communicator and energy healer for both animals and people, helping release anxiety, grief, and stress to create space for healing and deeper connection. And I can use a lot of that. After an award-winning 3-decade career as a radio morning show host, Charly followed her true passion, bridging the gap between human and animals to foster harmony and understanding. She immersed herself in certifications and advanced energy studies and now teaches at CWALU, Communications with All Life University. She also hosts a podcast, Mind, Body, Pause, the holistic living for you and your animals, and created a powerful program, Chaos to Calm, releasing anxiety in your animal and you. Based in San Francisco, Charly works remotely with clients around the world because energy transcends space and time. And you can find her at charlykale.com. Now, just real quick, I had the opportunity a few weeks back to sit in on one of Charly's classes, and I found it fascinating. So I asked her if she'd come on and talk about it, and she said, okay. So here she is. Hi, Charly.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Well,
Loving my ties to Vegas, missing my beautiful friends in Vegas.
And you know, that's one of the things about Las Vegas. I found that no matter where you go, you still take those friends with you. You know, there's something about the people here that you know, we don't all live in the hotels and work in the casinos, and there's a great community here. But I want to start the show off because one of the things that I always loved about your show in the mornings was Marco the Man Cat.
Marco the Man Cat.
And he had a unique talent that was just fascinating as hell. He could pick the winners of the upcoming Super Bowl. Now, how did that come about? How did that get started?
You're not Marco. This is Miles.
Okay.
Miles is actually one of my clients.
Okay.
I sit for and do healing work with. And he heard you talking and he woke up, came over and jumped in my lap. So you are very welcome on this show, Miles.
Yes, you are. We are a pet-friendly studio.
Good thing. So yes, so I was on 96.3 KKLZ,
right?
And Marco the Man Cat came on to pick football winners, and I remember we did NFL playoffs, and then the big thing was the Super Bowl, and his record was amazing. He just kept picking the winners, and
and that was the thing. If it wasn't done ahead of time,
right?
It was like I would have thought, and I did a couple times. How the hell are they doing that? You know, how is he picking these winners? And anyway, I guess I owe Marco $5 because I did bet on one of the games and I won $20. So.
Do you know how many people would email me or call the show and say, "Oh, thank you, Marco. I love you. I won $1,000 this weekend. I won a lot of money this week." And Marco never got tipped out.
Yeah, I mean, he just had a knack for it, and it was amazing. But I mean, how did you decide to do that? What made you say, "Hey, I'm going to have my cat pick football winners"?
what in the world started it? I don't know, because I'm a big proponent of feeding animals nutritionally correctly.
Right. Yes.
Proper nutrition, just
Yes.
as our human bodies need it, the animals need it too.
Definitely.
And so I would never give them potato chips and popcorn. but my two Tonkinese, Marco and Kashi, who I adopted in Vegas at a big pet adoption. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to remember all this. So when I adopted them, I mentioned it on the air, got teased a lot for it. Some people don't like cats, but I got love for it from the audience.
Right.
Love my Vegas audience. Oh my goodness. Everyone was so sweet and wonderful and supportive and loved animals. So I really love the people of Vegas. So I adopted Marco and Kashi, and I don't know how we started doing it, but we came up with this idea like, hey, let's do something different to pick a Super Bowl winner. And I was like, well, Marco likes potato chips. All right, let's just do it. And it persisted every year. We did it every year. People would ask for it.
Well, I just so happens that you sent me 2 clips of Marco. This is from Super Bowl 50 and 51. And if it's okay, I'd like to play those 2 so that people see that we're not crazy.
You can play, you don't have to play the whole things, but we have
to play the whole thing. You have to see this. So
that's when I moved to So when I left Vegas,
right,
I was there till January of 2012, and then I moved to San Francisco in 2012 to come to KOIT, and so these are both from when I was in San Francisco.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, Charly Kale from 96.5 KOIT in San Francisco, home of the Super Bowl this year, the 50th anniversary of the Super Bowl. Marco the Man Cat, this is the remarkable Marco, has correctly picked Super Bowl winners since 2008. For real, Google it, you'll find him. So Marco is going to pick between Broncos and Panthers. So Marco, here we go. Sasha, you're not Marco. Here we go, Marco. Denver, Carolina. He picked Denver. All right. No wagering without sharing with Marco. Kidding, no wagering. Entertainment purposes only. Thank you.
Hi, Charly Kale, back with Marco the Man Cat. This is remarkable Marco. He has correctly predicted the last 8 Super Bowls, 100% accuracy rate for sports prognostication. And he's now for his 9th Super Bowl. This is 2017 game played in Houston. It'll be the Falcons and the Patriots. Super Bowl 51. So here we go, Marco. We'll use his favorite snack. I do not give him this on a regular basis. This is only once a year, like now. Yes. You ready? You ready? Here you go. So who's going to win Super Bowl 51, Marco? The Falcons or the Patriots? There you go. Atlanta's going to win it. Way to go, Marco. No wagering, unless you share with Marco. Actually, I don't care if you bet. You just can't sue me if you lose. And if you win, it's about time Marco got tipped. I miss my boy.
I know, I can tell.
Obviously, that last one was what, 2017?
Yeah.
So Marco's no longer with us, but his spirit.
What a guy! I mean, and your listeners loved him too. I mean, because I remember some of the calls that you would get. So, anyway, so you moved to San Francisco, and you started on a new path. And why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Here, I came to a radio station, and I was there at KOIT for 5 years, and had an amazing time on that station as well, until it wasn't so amazing anymore. As happens with life changes, industries change, we grow and evolve, and the industry went in one direction, I kind of went in another.
I always say, when it stops being fun, stop doing it.
Okay. Should have told me that a long time ago.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, I find fun in everything.
Yeah.
And then the interesting thing is you drill down and something becomes your job, and then you turn it into a job, and it's not as fun anymore. So you
Right.
really do have to find the balance and still find the passion and excitement, and so that it is still fun. And so, yeah, I definitely went down a path I was never expecting. I am an animal communicator and energy healer for both animals and people. And it's some, I always communicated with animals. I just didn't know everybody didn't. I thought everybody did. I really did. And then I learned to find out that was a talent and skill that I could drill down on and seriously study. I mean, I spent 2 years at CWALU, Communication with All Life University, really honing my craft. And that I loved that school so much. Joan Ranquet is the founder and teacher of that school. She's an internationally famous animal communicator. And I loved that school so much, I didn't want to leave. And so she said, well, you know what, instead of putting off graduating, you can just become a teacher. So I said, okay. So I still teach there, both online and sometimes in person. It is in Santa Clarita, California. So it's outside of LA, whereas I'm in San Francisco.
Right.
Bit of a hike. So I don't go down there all the time, but occasionally I do. And otherwise I teach online. And then I teach my own courses online. And then I also have my clients where we talk and we repair relationships as well as finding out more.
It's when you talk about the energy, this is just my own personal experience that I had to deal with, is our pets pick up on our energy. They know when we're sad. They know when we're happy. They know when something's wrong. So they are better at understanding our communication than we are understanding them. Does that make sense?
Well said. Yeah, we can't help but have them pick up on our energy just as we pick up on theirs, because we pick up on other people's energy too, and they pick up on ours. It's, it's a normal thing. So you don't ever want to blame yourself and say, oh no, I put this on my animal. You can't help it. They absorb some of yours just like you absorb some of theirs. But the key is to kind of understand what's yours and what's theirs. Let them know they don't have to take yours on, and ground yourself so that you are more in control of your own energy, and giving yourself more understanding and compassion, as well as understanding, love, and compassion for them. Because I don't think as humans, we give ourselves enough love and understanding.
No, you're absolutely right there. As Americans, especially, that's one of our big drawbacks. But the interesting thing is that when I got to sit in on your class, I wish I could have stayed for the whole thing, but I had a show. By tapping into your animal's energy and their responses, you're actually tapping into your own. Is that right? Okay. I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. You do have to settle into your own intuition, open up your own intuition to receive messages. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I was trying to say. Exactly. You do. And that's all part of grounding yourself. Okay. You want to ground yourself first in any situation with your animals when possible. And then you do receive more messages, more information from them about what's going on. And they're more willing to work with you too. I mean, there are so many behavioral issues out there that could stem from a physical issue that you don't know about. Right. There are behavioral issues that stem from, could be a past trauma, or it could be a current thing that you
thought was silly, didn't even recognize, but it created a different way of handling things for them that now is an unpleasant behavior. I mean, it's all workable.
Yeah.
Tapping in and understanding your animal, where they're coming from, their viewpoint. You want to jump off? Okay. Giving them agency, giving them a choice. You want off my lap because I'm moving around? You got it. I love your thump, thump, thump.
One of the things that I love about cats is I've always said, you cannot make friends with a cat. They'll make friends with you, but no matter how hard you try, if they don't want to be friends with you, it ain't going to happen.
You can't force it.
That's correct. But they'll come up to you.
You can't force it with anyone.
Yeah. But that's the lesson right there. Right?
Yeah. You can't force it with anyone.
Yeah.
Force is not a choice. So you may have someone acquiesce or bend to your will or fawn out of a trauma response, but that's not authentic. That's not the true, that's not really making a friend with
they're
them.
doing it out of fear in some cases.
Yeah, that's not a friend relationship. No. And that is definitely a different system. That's a different state you don't want your animal in and you don't want to be in.
Right. You're
in a sympathetic nervous system state there where you're not getting the oxygen you need. You're not thinking clearly. Your voice is higher because everything's constricted. You want to be in a parasympathetic nervous system state of rest, digest, and heal, where energy can flow, your mind can think. And yes, we connect on a friend level. You actually truly hear them. They hear you. You feel what they're going through. They feel you. Such a different state.
We recently got, about a year and a half ago now. No, wow. Yeah, about a year and a half ago. We had an animal rescue in the studio that we were doing an interview with.
One?
They were out of Pahrump, and they are all senior citizens that run the, and so they brought in this little 6-month-old puppy that they said was a German Shepherd. A German Shepherd Collie mix. And anyway, I ended up taking her home. And so it turns out that she is a Belgian Malinois. And she's now 2 years old. And she is smart as hell. I mean, sometimes too smart. But and very affectionate, very loving, very, just, she's it was every time I think about it, I go, yep, I did the right thing, brought her home. And we have 2 cats as well. So she gets along with the cats. They all have a good time. And so, and it's the energy that she has that is contagious.
Aww.
You know what I mean? She's always, the only time that she is really bummed out is when my son leaves, and because she's really bonded with him, and so when he goes down to the store and goes out for a while or whatever, she just lays on the floor and until he comes back. So,
and you're like, I guess I'm chopped liver. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, I'll give her treats or something like that. But it's you can tell that bond is there, and you can tell when, okay, he's probably going to be home in about 2 or 3 minutes because she's starting to get up and look at the door and stuff. So I mean, all of that goes on that most of us don't pay any attention to, and I think that's what you're tapping into, and that's what you're trying to bring to light. Is that not right?
Sure. That is definitely one of the things. So when people come to me, it's for a variety of reasons. It can be just for a straight animal communication session and the things they want to know. Sometimes I'll just get a happy situation where they're saying, I love my cat so much. I want to know what else can I do to make him happy?
Yeah.
But I usually get it's either a healing situation where they're saying, I've been to the vets, I don't know what to do. Can you find anything? And because I'll do medical intuition as well with the animal communication. You always want to start with communicating. Yes, Miles, I see you. With the communication to just get their essence of who they are. Because it's not just a cat, a dog. It's not a breed. Everyone's different. Everyone has different qualities and characteristics within them. So you get an essence of who they are. And then you can go into what do they like? What do they want? Then you go into how do they feel? And I get a feeling in my body what it feels like in theirs so that I can then say to the pet guardian, I'm feeling this in my stomach. My hips feel out of alignment. And then they can verify and they can say, oh my gosh, yes, I noticed that, she was just slightly limping but I didn't pay attention. I didn't think it was anything. I was like, yeah, it's not just that she stepped on a rock. I feel the hips out of alignment. Just different things like that. So that's the medical intuition part. Then the behavioral part. I get a lot of people coming to me that they just won't listen. Can you tell her not to do this anymore and to get along with him? So, not how it works. But I'm like, yeah, we can talk. And then I can find out from their perspective what they feel is going on. And maybe they're not getting along with him because he's, pouncing her and she doesn't like it. And so she's standing up for herself.
Yeah.
There are a million reasons. So that helps me get an understanding behaviorally, if it is coming from something physical, if it's coming from something environmental, something that's going on, within the family dynamics, something that might take a lot of work, or something that, we can work with a little more quickly. In most cases, it's taken a while for whatever it is to come to light. So it's not going to be a quick fix.
Yeah.
There are so many different energy healing modalities that I pull from because I became a Reiki master and an animal Reiki master. And so the Reiki is the foundation, but then I added scalar wave, bioenergetic scalar wave healing onto it, which I love. I added EFT, emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping, which is phenomenal with behavioral issues. Although now,
that's what you were talking about
with the fireworks workshop.
Just before the fireworks, before the July 4th. So I thought that was interesting. So.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes I can use the EFT for physical issues as well. Right now, I have a client, we're trying to coax the cat to eat. We know we're coming to the end of life, but we want to make it as comfortable as possible. So while I do the scalar wave primarily for the physical issues, in a case like that, the EFT has come in really handy, and it's coaxed her to eat and drink a little bit more just to make her body feel more comfortable.
Right.
So that's a case where in a physical issue, it really has helped. I do energetic acupressure, meridian work. Let's see. Oh, bioenergetic frequencies. If you've ever heard of AOScan, it's... Oh, you've heard of AOScan. Yes, I do AOScan with clients. So I just a whole ball of healing modalities, and I just feel what fits.
And
needed.
You also do like remote readings as well, right?
Oh, this is all remotely.
Oh, really? So they don't have to come to you. You can do this all remotely.
99% of my clients are all remote.
Wow.
Very few are in person.
Wow.
Yeah,
Imagine what you could do in person then.
No,
No, I'm teasing you.
no, it's the same. It's the same because
Well,
energy knows no time or space.
Some people go, yeah, right.
They can.
But no, there is so much going on around us that we do not perceive.
Exactly.
I mean, our vision is limited to a certain part of the spectrum, our hearing, everything else. And so it's my philosophy has always been, well, why not? Of course that's possible. And the other thing is too, if you believe it, if you know it, you can feel it, you can people use tarot cards, or they use crystals, or they use all this other paraphernalia.
Crystals. I've got a million of them.
But the real power comes from here.
Exactly. These are just tools.
This is just a tool. This is just a something to focus on, but the energy and all of that stuff comes from within us. So anyway.
Absolutely. I channel the energy through me. It doesn't come from me.
Right. That's exactly.
But I'm channeling the energy. I'm pulling the energy through me to disseminate and offer to others and connect with others. What was it you said? I will say one thing. Sometimes remote clients are a lot easier than having an in-person session, because if you've got a very shy animal or a very reactive dog, the dog can stay calm with its mother, its father, its family.
Right.
While I work on it, and the animal guardian notices the animal's eyes get softer and just calm down right before their eyes. Whereas if I'm there in person, they may be in the other room under the bed, and they're a sympathetic nervous system state of fear. Right. So it's harder to get them into a calmer parasympathetic state. And you want to get them calmer. But I'm this, strange person in the premises. They're not going to calm down. They may be on guard. And I can do this without having to see the animal. That's not the problem.
Right.
It's the animal's state. So they can be calmer when they're in their own home or car, or
and safe. Yeah, and it's safe environment.
Yeah. I've had sessions where people said to me, we just saw the vet, and I'm in the animal hospital. Can you work on Fluffy? And I've had quite a few like that. And this is like an ICU of an animal hospital. They wouldn't let me back there to work on an animal in person. Yeah. So and people too. I've had this with people too, but since we're more talking about animals.
Yeah.
Thank goodness the universe created energy and is created from energy. You think about, let's go with the radio station.
Yeah.
You tune to the frequency. Okay, I'm going to hear some classic rock. All right. You shift the frequency a little bit. Top 40. I'm not there in your home playing that record.
Right.
Records are
well, and that's funny, because when I was a little kid and I would listen to the radio, and I always thought, how did they get all those people in there?
Right.
To sing those songs and stuff like that. So
exactly, they're not in the studio playing the song, and
right.
We're not taking them in your home playing the song. It's all by energy waves
that we cannot see,
invisible to the eye.
Yeah. So it's just there is so much out there that we just don't understand, and it's like every day we're learning something if we're paying attention. Yeah. So right. What is the have you ever had a situation where I'm just not getting through? There's nothing there. I can't feel anything or do anything, or or there's a block there or something like that?
You ask the animals permission first.
Okay.
And I have been told no.
Okay.
So then I said, okay, I'm not going to pursue. Let me just hang out. I'll hang out with you, John, and let's just talk because, one of your cats doesn't want to go there, doesn't want to open up, doesn't want me talking to him, doesn't want any energy healing. Said no. Okay. So John, you and I talk, and then I say, well, you know what? Do you have anything you'd like some energy healing for? And then what? My back is a little bit sore. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So then I start working on you. And then all of a sudden, I see a little nose come in and I feel a little energetic body come in. And they're like, oh, that's all it is? And I'm like, yeah, that's all it is. And they're like, oh, okay, I'll take that.
So
I did have one time an animal, a cat, say to me, I asked, maybe your mom would like me to do some work with you. And the cat said no. And I said, oh, wow, that was quick. Why? And he said, you're not grounded yet. You're not grounded yet. Wow.
Oh.
That was, wow, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. I have never forgotten that.
That's a good lesson. Yeah.
Wow.
That was one of the first things that you said in the class that I was sat in on, was you have to ground yourself first and get yourself into that calm state before you can. Yeah. It makes perfect sense, because if you can sense their energy, they can sure as hell sense yours. So
it's like this. So if there's someone at the door and you're a little already nervous about that, and so you say to me, whoa, who's at the door? And I say, I don't know, but it's fine. I'll go check, but it's fine. Does that make you feel safe?
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah.
Okay, so if you say to me, who's knocking on the door at 10 o'clock at night? And I say, I have no idea, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to go look out the window. I may decide to go down and answer it. I may not, but it's okay. The door's locked. They can't get in. We are safe.
Yeah.
We are safe, John. We are safe. So do you feel safer now about someone at the door now?
Oh, yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. So
it's all about grounding yourself and becoming the emotional leader.
Yeah.
It's not the force it leader, gonna make you make friends with me.
We have this female cat, and if you reach out to her or you want to pet her, she runs away. But she will come up, and when I'm sitting here in the chair, she will come up and she will just stand up and put her paws on my arm or my leg, and it's like, okay, pet me now. And then you have to pet her for a little while, and then she'll say, okay, thanks, and then she'll take off. Yeah.
Yep, I've had enough.
So, yeah, that's it. So, but any time I've ever tried to, I'll be walking by and she's sitting on something, and I'll reach out to pet her, and it's like, what it makes me think of is that, no, I don't want your energy right now.
Right.
But when I'm sitting here and I'm calmer, and it's like, okay, now it's acceptable. That's making sense now. So
yeah, it's like I'm working out something on my own, Dad. I'm co-regulating. I'm self-soothing. I'm dealing with stuff on my own. Let me process it, and when I'm ready, then I'd love your energy. But yeah, they're processing or working stuff out on their own, or overwhelmed by something else. Energy overload. But with something else,
is there a situation, or I'll call it a case, or that you just was the best thing that you've ever done? It's like, of all the stuff that I've done in this medium, this is what I'm most proud of. Sorry.
All the people who come to me with their animals, and they're, you know, we're in the last days.
Right.
We know we're looking at, and they just want to make it the best they can for them. And sometimes they don't know that this is coming toward the end, and I can feel it. And I'm like, oh boy, how do I let this person know without upsetting them and scaring them? But I also want them to make the most of this time that they have with their animal.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times they already know. And sometimes they think it is, and the animal's like, no, I'm not ready to go yet. Let's just get this fixed and I'm going to be fine.
I have a cat, or a male cat, that been almost 3 years now. He was having trouble breathing, and we took him to the vet, and they pulled something out of his sinuses, you know, and they sent it to the lab, and they told us it came back and it's cancer, and, you know, you need to take him to this, you know, place and get some treatment. And I called them, and they said, well, you know, yes, we could do the treatment, but the best we can hope for is maybe another couple of months, you know, and it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And so it's your call. And I decided, if we only got a few months left with this guy, you know, I'm not going to put him through that. Right. So that was 2.5 years ago. And he is just, you know, yeah. So it's almost like he said, nope, not me, you know.
Yep.
So
sometimes it's something a lot simpler to be able to fix, right?
Yeah.
Right. And that's why going in there and trying to feel around in their bodies energetically,
right,
can give some clues. And that's another case with finding their true essence. Their true essence will let you know whether they want to be put through all, you know, that
Right.
kind of treatment or not.
yeah,
No, just let me go naturally, or, you know, let me go comfortably. But I don't ever tell a person what they should or shouldn't do that way. That
Right.
has to be their decision, and their decision with the animal. But I can let them know how the animal feels, what the animal, as far as the animal's own personality, how they want to live out the rest
Yeah.
of their days. And so it's sensitive, because I have a cat right now that we are in the last stages, and yesterday and the day before and today and tomorrow, and we have sessions trying
Sorry
to
about
oh, that's okay. It
that.
is
There used to be a vet here in town, a doctor, that would come to your house and
yeah.
euthanize. And she's not doing that anymore. But that was, I mean, over the years we've lost a lot of pets, and that's heartbreaking, and it's tough. And you know, taking them to the vet, and you know, at least we could be there with them. I wouldn't go to a vet that wouldn't let me in the room.
During COVID, they wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah,
During COVID, and it was very, very hard. And I sat out. So everybody you saw in that video is all gone. All the animals I have all transitioned, all, you know, due to old age. And I remember during COVID, little Brooklyn, that little black and white guy that was hopping around in the video, I adopted him in Vegas too.
yes, I remember.
German Shepherd was in Vegas, and the two Tonkinese cats, Marco and Kashi, were in Vegas. Shayna and Blue Kayle, I had moved to Vegas with. But anyway, yeah, with Brooklyn, took him to the animal hospital, and I remember it was 4:00 in the morning, and it wasn't in the best part of town, but this one was open 24 hours, and it was 4 in the morning, and I'm sitting on a bench outside it because they won't let anyone in. And they said, you'll probably want to go home. I said, oh, no. I'm going to be right here. So I know whatever's going on. And I remember sitting there, and this guy walks by and asks asked if I wanted to buy any crack or if I had any crack to sell. I don't remember. Like I said, this was a 24-hour, hospital. It wasn't in the best part of town. I'd never been in this part of town before.
Well, if it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're sitting outside on the bench.
And I just looked up at him, and the tears are streaming down my face. And he said, and whatever state he was in, I shocked him out of it.
Yeah.
And he was shocked. And he said, oh, I'm sorry. And I said, yes, I'm here. My little dog is in here. So no, I don't, buy any, sell any.
Right.
I don't know which it was. I was like, no. I said, but I wish you well. And he just stopped, and I could see like a glimmer of humanity come back in his eyes. And he said, I'm so sorry. Can I give you a hug? And I said, I'm okay right now, but I do wish you well.
Yeah.
And we had a lovely human moment.
Yep. And animals will do that for us.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely. Yeah. So and I don't know if you know this or not, but Dr. Spellman has retired from the Poppy Foundation. Yeah.
Loved her.
About 2 years ago. Yeah. She was and when they closed down, it was like, no, what am I gonna do now? So they still got Poppy, and
the Poppy Foundation, yes.
Yeah, it's still going. It's still going.
Yes.
But yeah, she was just amazing, and anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
and the cat that I was telling you about with the cancer, if a friend of a friend found this cat on the side of the road. He'd been hit or something, and his pelvis was broken. And she picked him up off the street, took him to the vet. They got him all fixed up. She took him home, and her 2 cats kept trying to kill it. And so she was looking for a home. And I had just lost another cat that he was about 6 or 7 months old, and he looked just like the cat that I just, lost. Wow. And she said, could somebody please help me? I got to find a home for this guy. And so I called her and ended up taking him home. And, so.
I love it.
Yeah. So, and then, but yeah, it's just, animals are so much cooler than we are.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They really are. It's like I finally have my dream job. I get to work with animals.
I knowing you and I don't know you that well. We've met a couple times, but I do know how dedicated you are to the animals. And when I saw that you were starting to do this, and I thought, wow, that is amazing that you can do something. I'm in the same situation now. I'm doing something that I really, really love. And it's like, it's not a job. It's not work. It's not, it's something that I really, really love doing and really enjoy, and get to meet some of the most awesome people, and, get to have great conversations with people like you. So what is the, what kind of advice could you give people if they just don't know what the hell is going on? Or when should they call you? When should they contact you?
Besides call me? Yeah. I'm kidding. Well, you said one of them, ground yourself first in any situation, whatever it is, ground yourself first so you can think more clearly, so you can be more present for the animal, and they can calm down and feel safer to be present with you. There are so many different things to do. in a chaotic moment, it's hard to remember that.
Sure.
It's hard to remember to stay calm. So it's one of those things that you want to build into your daily mindset, of being calm and grounded with your animals so that it just comes naturally. So, oh my gosh, I'm rushing my German Shepherd to the vet at midnight. I've got to be able to drive through the tears. And tell her, hey, hey,
Yeah.
we're getting there. We're getting there, and still see while I'm driving. So it's a daily practice that you want to get calmer and grounded on a continual basis so that you can prepare for emergencies. Actually, I have a little digital download. I printed it out so you can see it.
Oh,
but
cool.
it's a 3-page digital download called From Panic to Peace, Get Your Pet to the Vet Without Drugs for Either of You. And it's just some different things to help you. Like, for instance, ground yourself first. It's some different things and some different ideas and some different energy movements you can do on your own to help you prepare for that and be
Right.
calm when it happens.
And we can
that's
get
a
that
free-
from your website?
Yeah, if you go to my website,
Okay.
then there's a button you can click on it, and then it'll just, take you to the place to sign up for it, and you'll.
Okay, well, keep talking because I'm going to put up the little flyer with your all your information on it. So go ahead.
So yeah, charlykayle.com, CharlyKayle.com, where you can find that. And I also teach a course, and it's starting up again Tuesday, August 4th, or is it 5th? Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. So if anyone's watching this at a later date, it's starting up again August, whatever that Tuesday is, August 5th, I think it is.
Yes.
5-week course that takes you through, like the workshop you sat in on for the fireworks workshop, fear
Right.
of fireworks workshop. It is like that. I teach an energy modality, a hand of movement that you can do yourself using the energy from your heart center. If we love our animals, then we've got that love energy flowing. You use that energy. And I teach you some hand movements that actually help calm your animal down a little bit. Then we go into the EFT, emotional freedom technique, or tapping for a behavioral situation. And we've got some lined up where one of them is anxiety from, I can't think of the term, but, leaving, when
separation anxiety, right? Is that the one?
Yeah, this should be bud and not water.
That's Maggie.
We need to do a happy hour interview sometime. Then the words can flow and I can think. I'm just kidding. Separation anxiety.
The thing that's cool that has kind of just popped into my head is this also works in your relationship with other people.
Bingo! Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, because the energy is still there. Being grounded, being calm in a situation helps the situation. So good on you.
Definitely, it really does. So so we go over things like separation anxiety. We'll do things like cats not getting along or animals not getting along.
Right.
Just the leash reactivity when you're trying to take your dog for a walk and they're like, oh, hi. Or fear of visitors, fear of thunderstorms, loud noises, fireworks, like we did in that workshop. So we'll go over those different instances. And then I end each class by doing some energy healing with my favorite modality, scalar wave. And everybody as a group, the people and the animals, just kick back for a few minutes and I send the scalar waves out. We have a nice little sacred circle that we're all in. And then anybody watching the recordings can get the same effect from it. And it's just like getting soft ocean waves of energy, helping go through your body and calm down the stuck blocks, loosen up stuck blocks, stuck energy that's within. So that class will be running for 5 classes, and then I've got 2 extra bonus classes. That is on my website too, so you can find out more about that.
Cool.
And just trusting yourself. Trusting yourself.
Yeah. Well, if you can't do that, how can they trust you?
Right. And that's a lot of our problem. We come from our own little trauma spots, and we don't trust ourselves. And you're absolutely right. They feel that. They feel when you're not being authentic with them. They feel that.
Yeah.
So getting to a place where you can trust yourself more, trust your instincts, trust your intuition. You know best.
Yep.
We're all picking up all these clues from the environment, visual clues that don't register.
Right.
Audio. We sense, smell something, taste something in the air, feel things in our bodies. And we're so busy, with that little mind running, trying to think ahead, that we're not present in the moment and feeling all these things that we're sensing. Those are clues to our intuition.
Yeah.
And that's why they say, be present, be in the moment. Because that's when you do pick up all these cues from the universe and are able to, you can then process them, but at least you have them and you notice them. And that's what you're doing with animal communication. You're just getting present with the animal and picking up the visual, the audio, the sentient cues.
You're probably not old enough. I know you're not old enough to remember this, but back in the 60s, there was a book called Be Here Now by Guru Ram Das, who was a...
I've heard that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That was the whole concept, is be here now, So...
And there's so much to that.
Yeah. And so here we are 50, 60 years later, and we're still trying to learn it.
I know, right? And the animals got it.
Yeah.
They are so present in the moment. That's why they can catch you when you're not being authentic.
Yeah.
So like that, they sense what's out of alignment. And they're not in their head looking for the clues going, wait a minute, let me do some detective work and figure this out. They just sense it. And they're like, doesn't seem right. I'm moving over here.
Well, we're kind of running out of time. Is there anything that we haven't covered that you want to make sure you get out there to the people?
Just trust yourself, trust your instincts. And you can do that more when you ground yourself, what's grounding? I mean, just taking a deep breath, wiggling your toes, feeling your feet on the ground, on the earth, in the sand, just feeling on the bottom of your shoe, just getting back in your body, taking that deep breath from your lower abdomen to help you get there. It's as simple as that.
And that's the scary part, that it is so simple. And we want to complicate everything. Well, it can't be that easy.
Don't we?
Yeah,
though?
yeah, it can. Charly, thank you so much for taking the time with us. And we'll have to do more of this. We'll have to kind of follow along and do a regular series here or something, because I think you're onto something. Anyway, what else can I say?
In case you want to see what only half the
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I was
you didn't want to be rude. I understand.
Thank you.
No dog, no joy, and you'll know love. But if there's no dog, then there's no joy and there's no love.
Do you have this isn't a fair question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you have a preference, dogs or cats?
I don't, but cats.
Okay.
They're so intuitive, so mystical, magical, understanding, wise. I love dogs dearly, but there's something about cats.
I agree. So, but yeah, I love them both, but there's something about cats. Like I said, the whole thing about um, they are more discriminating than a dog, and they
Not as
uh,
fooled easily by treats.
yeah, exactly, yeah. All right. Well, Charly, thank you so much, and like I said, everybody, hey, thank you for your support for the show, the other shows that we have here at WWDB TV, and remember, if you're gonna do it with styles.